You know how some writers just grab you from the very first sentence? Sometimes it's not with a huge explosion, but with something quiet. Those first few paragraphs, well, they're like the story's DNA. They define everything about a character and their world before a single word is even spoken. So let's break down how it's done.
It's the big question, right? For anyone who loves stories, what is it that makes a character stick with you? Is it something they do, something they say, or is it just the feeling, the whole atmosphere that surrounds them, that tells you everything you need to know? So today, we're going to jump into two very different takes on a character's big entrance. One is just pure high-drama theater. The other is a super quiet, deep dive into a character's head. And honestly, both are masterclasses in making a killer first impression.
Okay, first up, we're diving into the super over-the-top dramatic world of the Ouran High School Host Club. And let me tell you, a new arrival is about to completely wreck their carefully planned-out little stage.
Right off the bat, the tone is set. The club's leader, Tamaki, doesn't even see a person. He sees a character. He sees a trope, a poetic one. This one line tells you everything about how this world works. It's all about performance, all about melodrama. And what's really cool here is how the author builds this character without her doing a single thing. We don't get her thoughts, just these very specific, touchable details. An onyx, matte, ombre silk uniform. I mean, that's not just clothing, right? It's a fabric that literally absorbs light. And an expression carved from permafrost. That tells us she's cold, she's unmoving, and maybe she's a little bit dangerous. This is building a world through pure style.
And this table? Oh, it's perfect. It shows you exactly how her presence just shatters the group dynamic. Every single member of the host club basically projects their own personality onto her. Tamaki sees this tragic heroine. Kyoya immediately sees a business opportunity. The twins, they see a new toy to mess with. And even Sweet Honey senses a threat. Her silence doesn't define her, it makes them define themselves. She's like a mirror, reflecting their own roles right back at them.
But, a story can't just be about a silent statue, right? This little performance needs some action. And, true to form, the club's resident chaos agents, the Hitachian twins, decide it's time to poke the bear. And there it is, the classic taunt. It's playful, a little condescending, and it is absolutely designed to get a rise out of her. They're testing her, trying to see if that dark and mysterious act will crack.
And oh, does she react? But not in the way they expect. It's not embarrassment, it's not witty banter. It's something much, much more primal.
This is it, her first real move. And it's not some clever comeback. It's a snarl. It's completely visceral, almost animalistic, and totally outside the rules of their little social game. The author is showing us that she's dangerous, not just telling us. And in this world of flowery words and performance, her teeth say way more than any dialogue ever could.
So while the twins are probably freaking out a little, Koya, he's already moved on. He's analyzing, he's categorizing. He doesn't see an animal, he sees a product, a void that sucks up all the attention in the room. It's such a cold, calculated summary, and it's the perfect contrast to Tamaki's flowery romance. And then, finally she speaks, and it is a mic drop moment. She takes the label Kyo just gave her, the Onyx type, and throws it right back in his face as a threat. She's making it clear, I'm not some passive thing for you to study. I am an active force. With this one line, she completely rejects their game and establishes herself as the new power player.
All right, deep breath. We're going to do a complete 180 now. We're leaving all that loud external drama behind for a story that starts deep inside a character's head. The shift in tone is huge, and it's totally on purpose.
So instead of all those fancy sensory details, this author just goes straight for the gut, psychologically speaking. We're told right away exactly how Usa sees the world. The writer chooses this really direct approach, this telling, to create an instant connection with her. We don't have to guess how she feels. We're right there inside her head from the jump.
And her bond with her friend Aras, it's not just, an emotional thing. It's totally functional. They are literally a yin and yang of senses. They complete each other. This partnership immediately makes that bleak world she lives in feel real and logical.
And this is the core of their entire philosophy. They don't just think the world is messy. No, they believe chaos and carnage is its natural state, the real truth that everyone else is just ignoring. Their bond isn't just about friendship, it's their only safe place. By stating this theme so directly, the author sets up the real conflict. It's not person versus person. It's Uta and Aras versus the entire world.
So you might be thinking, okay, is this just some moody teenage angst? Well, no. The author grounds it in some pretty serious trauma. The story jumps back in time to show us exactly why they feel this way.
And this flashback, it's quick, but man is it effective. A real threat gets into their home, the one place they should feel safe. It shows us their vulnerability, and it proves that safety didn't come from society or the police. It came from the raw, primal loyalty of their dog. That one event becomes the reason for their entire worldview.
All right, so we've looked at two totally different but really powerful character intros. Now let's put them side by side and really dig into the different storytelling tools being used here.
And this slide, right here, this is really the heart of our whole conversation. Theater of Thorns is a total masterclass in showing. The character is revealed through action and symbols. We, the readers, have to do the work and interpret what's going on. It's a choice that builds so much mystery. On the other hand, A Shared Silence is a great example of telling. It pulls us right into Uta's head, explains her worldview, and gives us her motivation up front. This choice builds instant empathy. And here's the thing, neither one is better than the other. They're just different tools for telling very different kinds of stories.
Okay, so now that we've kind of pulled these two styles apart, how do we use this? Let's turn this into a set of tools you can bring to your next book club. Seriously, keep these questions in your back pocket for the next book you read. Which intro grabbed you faster? Did you like figuring out the character on your own, or did you like being told their motivation right away? Does all that poetic language make a world feel more real to you, or do you prefer things to be more direct? There's no wrong answer, but just asking these questions makes you a much more active, thoughtful reader.
Which, brings us to our final big idea here. These stories show that fanfiction isn't just about copying things. It's like an amazing lab where writers get to experiment with storytelling. They take worlds we already know and push them to their limits. And in doing that, they can teach us a whole lot about what makes any story, in any genre, truly unforgettable.